Oh, but we have to,
Steer.
Oh, really?
You tried belt.
Yeah.
Just I thought I passed that on. I don't know if that's true.
No, I.
Yeah.
Let me know if they can help.
It's weird.
Sure.
Get a couple more things ready to go.
Did that and then, oh yeah, I went by the property yesterday that he's thinking about shipping
Yeah.
it to. To take photos from and stuff, so it might just be right there on Google Maps, just potentially show it to people. That was the other thing I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't even know this guy named Shane that owned this. Yeah, do you know him? Maybe he's not.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I like. Where's some of the places?
Oh, garden it,
Oh, yeah.
and there's like an empty lot. So-
Yeah. There used to be motorcycles.
Yeah, so like I stopped by yesterday at like 5 something before him and like walked in and I'm like. I'm like this. I don't know who you're doing here.
And we went to the place where lady, we go to the luncheon, so.
Oh.
See popcorn place. Yeah, we have those, we have our, they have the celestial glass jackets on, with our graduating year, which blatantly said that we were fair on roads.
Oh.
So.
I think that's huh?
Yeah.
Okay, they like magics.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, is that you?
That's AI data.
I was actually, I was
Justin,
wondering.
you are in so much trouble.
There you go. That's so fun.
Very cool. How nice is that?
Yeah.
She's good.
Oh my gosh, did I leave that up there?
Oh. That's where that edited goes. I promise you I was not doing that in the picture.
You sure? I'm so cute.
Oh my gosh. I still have that jacket.
Oh, yeah, man.
I have so many like suit jackets, sport jackets that I like almost never wear. I feel like I just don't dress up as much.
Well, you know, I,
As we used to, like, we used to.
oh my gosh, I wore a suit to a closing every time I went to a closing.
I feel like it's in, but like different style.
I can't stand those people who wear
jackets,
suits
but they'll do it
every
that way. Yeah,
But
but
it
it was
was
like
back 20 years ago when I was selling.
That's how I can even wear mine.
They, have you ever seen that?
Like roll up your.
Are we ready to get rolling?
So just, always.
Yeah. People will trickle in, I promise, and I apologize, but yeah, we can go ahead and go.
What's up to you? You guys wanna wait up there? Are you rolling?
Anyone.
Maybe just a couple.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with you.
That's hilarious.
I have my grid.
Now I have to figure out a way to wear them. I'm like, wait.
I'm gonna have
I
this.
don't- I know, it takes. Yeah.
Can't see as well on this, but look, I mean, it's pretty good.
You know, at the end of the day. No, I just don't like how we look. So I'm.
Technically, it's.
I don't like that thing say, I feel like it.
Yeah.
And then that. So.
I walked in and I'm like, oh my gosh, see, they didn't even realize that was me.
I don't know. That's
Oh,
I know, I mean, I've heard people say that, obviously.
You guys didn't shut like me.
I knew that.
I think I knew.
I thought that
AI
was you.
before you did it.
And then you started last year, and I was like, oh, wait, this is actually
The
daylight?
hair's almost small, but yeah, it's you.
Well, that's when I was growing, when I first got in business, my hair was super short, I mean, like. Shorter than short, and that was me growing it out.
Say, you should put that on your Facebook.
Looks that on.
Wait, how old are you in that? Like, what year is
What was that?
Like, what year was that? Like, how many years?
This is the best real estate acreage in Central Island.
What has you out in the future?
I am just here to let everyone know that California is the best real estate acreage in Central Island.
It's that AI, but now it's fuzzy.
You've looked at what's really more.
I'm gonna get rolling.
Okay.
Alright, they can trickle in. So I always like to I always like to start with those because I think they're the most captivating. Obviously the video and what is out there is getting a lot more realistic. If anyone's seen Sam Cooper's videos on his page, those are all done by AI generation. I'm gonna start kind of base level. How many of you in here have at least used ChatGPT before? Or an AI of your choice? Okay, pretty good. So I don't need to do like a very base level. Looks like everyone at least has a little bit of familiarity here.
And Justin, just so you know, Keller Williams actually has their own AI called Quick. And it's all like Kellerismized, if you will, has all the Kellerisms and the systems and models built into it. Just so you have that knowledge.
Perfect. So the one thing I want to convince you of is I never want you to do a Google search ever again. Let's just start there as a base level. And let me show you why. Let's say you want something simple like a mac and cheese recipe. You were to go to Google and type this in, you'd have to filter through your options. Search one that you think is a good one, scroll past the blog, the photos, the pop-ups, the ads. And then finally, maybe you might get to actually doing the recipe. And then it's formatted in this terrible way. Versus if I were to take the same concept and say a mac and cheese recipe, it's gonna go find that and bring that to me instantly. And this is the case across the board. And so the first, if you leave this room with only one thing that I taught you, it's that I want you to, and I don't care which AI I use, I'm just the most familiar with ChatGPT. You can use Gemini, you can use any other ones out there, but to save you time, to do more research for you, to move quicker, putting it into AI is gonna give you faster, better results than, because it goes and does the research for you searching. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I always love to show you kind of some of the things what this is capable of. Has anyone done a CMA race recently? Is it not anyone done a CMA recently that is not yet on the market? Alright, then we'll go with what you got. The reason I like to do it not on the market is it can probably find yours that's out there. But if you have, no one has one that they've done one, but it isn't yet posted, done one recently, or just know a house about where it would sit value wise.
Do I have a coming soon one?
Nobody does business in this room? Yeah, I can. Okay, alright, you got one? Alright. Don't mind me, by the way, I think I'm funny, so just.
We know you're funny.
I'm on my class month, so
What's the address?
that's what I'm pulling up for, so it's.
Here, while I'm typing this out, I'm gonna give you a tool. One of the best prompting or questions you can put into ChatGPT or any AI of your choice that you're using is ask me questions you need to know to give me a best result. So the reason being, like, think about our mac and cheese search that we just did. Okay, it just went and found one and thought it was best. Maybe you want to do a baked mac or a bacon ranch mac and cheese or a buffalo mac and cheese. And so yeah, we'll find one, but it's just gonna give me the instant result, the quickest version. If I have it ask me questions it needs to know, I'm gonna get better answers on anything that I plug in here. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Got it?
Yeah.
What is it? Give me the address.
1768 Lake Meadow Drive,
Lake Meadow Drive,
Reynoldsburg,
Reynoldsburg, Ohio,
43068.
43068. Please.
Yeah.
All right.
Casey, can you turn the back lights on over there for us? Thank you, honey. Thank you, Casey.
Honey.
Is that too dark for you guys? I'm
No,
sorry.
no, you're
I would see.
Yeah, it's great.
Alright, so give me a preliminary result, but then it's gonna ask me questions to give me a better version.
New kitchen,
There we go.
updated throughout, completely renovated.
Okay.
Really good looking landscaping by the real estate agent.
Okay. Perfect. And unit specifics. Is it a one bath?
It is a 1 bathroom, 1.5 bathroom, 2 full bedrooms.
Any HOA costs, covered utilities, parking?
HOA costs $360.
Okay, and then is there parking?
Yes, a 1-car garage and 2 additional spaces.
Okay. And then are you wanting to price it to assume flexibility on pricing? How do you want to do it? What's your pricing strategy?
It's already priced at 190.
But is that aggressive? Is that conservative?
That's that is market.
Okay. Were these some of the comps that you
Yeah.
pulled?
Wow.
Exactly.
So there's your comps, and these are ones you used,
Yeah.
okay? Here's your adjusted analysis here. Where'd you go? What'd you price it at?
My client priced it
Where would you have priced it?
182.
182. So if things should be priced between 180 and 185. And so, I'm always gonna give you this caveat. I'm not saying real estate agents are going away. I'm not saying, cause I always see the look of panic on everyone's faces, when I do this. But could you use these tools to pull the data, pull the comps, check it? It doesn't know what the house looks like. It doesn't know the material condition it's in. But how much time can I buy you on your research, on your homework, on your data? Is the highest and best use case of your time as a real estate agent pulling a comp when something like this can run it in 30 seconds? And my goal number 1 is to get you to start using AI to search rather than Google. Goal number 2 is to buy you more time to get in front of people and not do the use cases that are the highest and best use case of your time, and take things off your plate that you realistically could have AI do in today's day and market. So those are my goals, by the way.
Justin, have you guys used this on unique properties?
We have, so I've played this game every time I've done this presentation, which at this point is probably about 15 times. And I think the furthest off I've been is about $12,000.
Well,
And so, so far I would say it's pretty much 12 for 12. Any questions here? Alright, I'm gonna show you other things, but again, I just want you, once you start using this, when you have problems, you have questions, you wanna see what it can do, once you start dabbling, you're just gonna get more and more familiar with using it, and you're gonna unlock more and more tools that it can do.
What was the original question you asked it?
The original question I asked it was, please do a CMA on this address, show the comps you pulled, ask me questions you need to know to give me the best results. And I'm gonna, starting out, I'm gonna encourage you guys to put that at the end of every prompt, because basically you're gonna have it help you, help it give you better results. Does that make sense? Okay. I'm gonna show you some of my other favorite use cases, so. Anyone never need to change the color of a wall? Buyers have struggle with vision. So here is a room with realtors in it doing a training with a red wall. And there is that same wall turned green.
Are you using the free version or pay?
So guys, I use the paid. I think it is the best $20 you could possibly spend. I don't know what your time is worth an hour, but for $20 for 1 month, I can buy you vastly more than an hour of time. Yes, you can do the free version. No, it is not gonna be as good as some of the results you're seeing with me. If you want me to sponsor your first $20, see me after and I'll sponsor it for you. So you can do this on courts, on landscaping, on countertops, on flooring, on remove the clutter. Show me what this would look like. And so you can give your buyers the vision they may not have with that ugly green wall or whatever it is, right? You can have it plug in here. I'm just gonna show you a lot of times searches I've done, so it's just gonna save me time. I will have it summarize. So if you look, I uploaded a lease here. And it breaks down for me all the ways to get out of the lease, the early termination, what it's gonna cost. Here's the fee, and specifically how to get out of that and what I need to do, and I can even have it draft the letter. So that covers, there's the full number, it searches documents for you. You can do this with inspection reports. Have it summarize this 42-page report and give me a cost breakdown based on Central Ohio pricing, and it will pull up quotes from vendors in the area and tell you roughly what those repairs would cost. You can take a photo of an HVAC system and it will read that and tell you when that HVAC was put in there and what year it was.
Wow.
If you want to get really creative, you can actually geolocate land or buildings. Say one of your competition posts a photo of some land that they're looking at listing. You can upload that photo into ChatGPT, and based on the satellite views and the street renderings, it can geolocate where your photo is. And so you can really dive as much into this. You can go down the rabbit hole kind of as far as you want. I mean, if you really want to get into what AI can do, and I'm not going to go too far here because I know a lot of us are just kind of starting to use it, but there are lists out there. Does anyone know what metadata is? You guys have an idea on what metadata is? So metadata essentially is wherever you're doing anything, you're walking to a store, you're clicking on something, it keeps a little piece of that out there. Well, before, the problem with metadata was there was so much of it to review that you couldn't really do any predictive analysis. But now with AI, you can actually go buy metadata, and so you can buy the metadata for Central Ohio, and it can tell you with 80% accuracy all of the people who are most likely to sell their home, because they went into Home Depot and they searched paint, they searched real estate near them, and they looked on Zillow, and so they know based on the data that there's an 80% plus chance that those people are going to sell a home within the next year. I'm gonna pull up just some other fun use cases. So in a week, you guys will see me in Hawaii. Never been. If you got any great places to go, I'd love to hear it. But it's planning out that entire trip that you see. It planned out. Here's what we're doing. Here's our days. Here's our hotels. Here's our flights. And it planned out the entire Hawaii trip, which normally would have taken me multiple days of research and data, because it searched the flights, it stayed within my budget, it brought in the best hotels, it pulled up the excursions because it knows me that I would most like. And literally with a push of a button, we booked those flights, booked those hotels, and now have an entire itinerary for 10 days planned that normally would have taken me 3 days of research, looking up every hotel review, costs, flights, lining all this up. At a high level, and then I'll pull up some other ones I've done. Right, what would this look like with stone? What would this look like with a deck? This is Brian Mulvaney's listing coming up that he wants to do. It can do loan calculations. Here's the loan to value, so that's the down payment. I've had it pull, one of my other favorite one is in the loan guidelines are uploaded in here. And so you can plug in a property and say, based on this buyer's income and debts, would this qualify for a USDA loan? By the way, I did verify that with my loan officer, and the data that was correct. I will tell you, is this always perfect? Is this always correct? Is it always right? No. Should you double check things? Yes, that is always the case for everything in history. But it can give you a strong advantage in terms of time, base, and data, and probably point you in the right direction. Any questions so far, or any use cases? I would love to hear from you guys. Any other cool use cases? Be wise though, I will add it to this presentation if you tell me a good one.
So you mentioned, adding a propensity to buy or propensity to sell functionality. Could you do that in a geographic area, and what would the results look like?
Yeah, you can. So right now you can go out and buy, there are companies out there. You can buy the metadata or buy this list already pre-done for you. It costs like $10,000 a month, but they'll give you a list with 80% certainty of everyone in your marketplace who's most likely to buy a home. There are realtors in your marketplace using that list right now, and they're one of the top 3 teams in Central Ohio.
I misunderstood. I thought you said that you could use this.
You can, but I'm just kind of telling you what's out there. So
I see. But you have to pick up. the
it's
tab.
easier for you to just go buy the list because they've already done the work for you. But yes, you could buy the metadata at a low cost, metadata is not actually that expensive, and have this run through it on its own, building out your own GPT. I mean, there are ones in here, I've had it build out a mortgage AI GPT where we uploaded all the guidelines in here. And it can act as a loan officer because you've trained it on that data and the scenarios. And again, I'm not gonna go too far down that rabbit hole because I know a lot is just starting, but I do want you to at least know what's out there. Any other use cases that you guys have done? Anything else you've seen? Alright, that's all right, I'm gonna keep moving on then. Any other questions on ChatGPT? Okay. Next up is Sora. By the way, I will send Ayla a email breaking down all of these and what they cost. But if I were to buy every single one of these apps on here, I would spend probably $120 a month because they're all low cost. But I'll send you a list. You don't have to ask me on each one what it is. You'll get Ayla, will you get a list out to the team of what they cost and what they are if I send that to you? You listening?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just cracking up still, sorry.
Alright, so this is Sora. It can generate videos, photos, flyers, marketing content. I'll show you some of the other ones I've done, but.
How do you spell that?
Sora, and again, I'll send you the email, all of them down, but this one is Sora. And you can search any video that someone else generated. Everything you're seeing here is not real. Think about what you could do with marketing and videos and content and make a point. Even funny posts. Your clients are going to the new Universal Park. And be honest, how many of you, if you sold these online, would not know today's day and world that is not a real person? Right, so when I started this training, everyone say, oh my gosh, you can tell the fingers, the hands, you know it's not real. I wager where it's at nowadays, you would not be able to tell these weren't real, and even if you can, I would wager that 99% of your clients cannot. So we've now entered into the realm where videos, marketing, content, you don't need to go hire a videographer, put together edits. You can run it through AI and have it build out any marketing concept that you want.
You can build the perfect significant other.
You got, well, I'm not there yet. And let's pull up some of mine. So, you can see who I've done this training for. Anyone know any of these faces? Yeah. My favorite one though has got to be Ryan Miracle playing on the Titanic. There he is.
The Titanic.
I was making a point to him about his mortgage company. I'll leave it at that. And there he is. But how memorable is sending something like this? We literally now, as a joke, call his place of work the Titanic. But these concepts, imagine texting these, doing those, sending these to clients, using them for marketing. How memorable and how much can that make you stand out? So you can find these on anything. You can search real estate. I did some on lake houses. I had Stephanie McLean O'Brien dancing in a home, except she was never dancing and she was never in that house. And so you can put these together on any concept you want. Everything you're seeing is AI generated. And of course, this works for images as well. If it can do videos, it can generate any image. Any questions on this?
So that is actually through Chat GPT.
It is. It's an extension in ChatGPT. It comes with a $20 version.
Oh, so if you purchase the $20, you get this part.
You do.
Okay.
Any questions?
How do you make the image animated? Like, how, do you just upload a picture of the individual and
You
then
got
you
it,
tell
yeah,
the
so
AI?
I click a plus here, I upload the image, and that's what I was doing when you guys were sitting back there. I was I searching Dayla, finding an image of her,
Uh-huh.
uploading it in here, and then that way it was ready to go when we started.
Okay.
So that's how I found this.
I like that,
Yeah, I can get real crazy here if I want, but
Can you do a demonstration?
of how to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, literally so I go here, I click upload from device. I pick my image, and then I upload it, and then I describe what I want her to do. I mean, I could have her singing karaoke if I wanted, I mean, right, but. So I'll let it work on that while I move on, but it's that simple. And the biggest thing too is, because I'm gonna show you all kinds of apps and I'm gonna overload you and you're gonna say, oh my gosh, this is so much. This is all actually really easy. You all know how to upload a photo, you know how to type a sentence. Everything that I've done so far is literally just, it's pretty user friendly, I'm just typing sentences in. So don't think that like, I've taught some 80-year-old realtors this stuff, guys, they know how to do this now. Do not think that because I'm covering a lot, you have no experience with it, that it's hard. It's very user friendly and intuitive, most of it is just typing single sentences to make things work. Alright, we'll check back on for karaoke later.
So I have a question, Justin. So if you're going to a listing appointment, what would this help with? What can you use it for?
So, and if you're going to a listing appointment, okay, let me show you some other things real quick. Let's say you wanna find out. Again, can you have it do your CMA, do your market, do your analysis for you?
Neighborhood information.
Neighborhood information, tell me about Dayla, sorry, you're my target today, girl. Could I have it do market research for me? Hold on, please. There she is. Were you featured on podcasts like the Paul George Show?
I was.
Do you like to end your listings as just listed in Columbus?
I haven't sold real estate for a long time, I don't remember.
Are you deeply rooted in Delaware, Ohio with the nickname Delaware?
I am.
Do you have triplets?
You better
Brett?
stop right there.
I do.
That's enough.
Do you have triplets, Brett, Bryce, and Blair?
That's right.
Do you all run the team at Keller Williams? Okay, and then I can even go a little further.
You've been doing kickboxing?
Not lately.
So imagine going in there and knowing what your clients like to do, that they're kids, that you're based in Delaware, that you're a vibrant personality,
Oh, goodness, this could be scary.
that here's your values. Are these accurate values that you have?
I'm reading.
Is this all through the paid version?
It's all through ChatGPT.
That's free version also?
I don't know fully what the free version will do or not do.
Okay.
I'll sponsor you $20.
Okay.
It'll be the best $20 you ever spent.
Sure.
Wow, I mean, it's taken stuff from all through the years, cause obviously I'm not selling real estate now, but that's pretty cool.
But so, could I go into imagine I'm going to a listing presentation. And by the way, could I take a photo of their house and upload it and do a video on it and do marketing content and do photos of it? Could I have it build me out if it can do realistic videos, guys, of course it can do flyers. I can have it build out flyers, I can do market data research on the neighborhood, on the house, what it would go for, the person in general. I find out you were Mrs. Delaware. And do you think if I bring up, oh my gosh, I heard you were the Queen of Delaware, girl, that I might have a better shot of winning that listing against an agent who did not do all those things? I would put my money on yes. And this all took me, what, 10 seconds? Does that help? Scott?
Yeah, that's pretty.
Yes,
Reba.
yes, absolutely. No, I'm listening. No, I'm thinking about what you're saying. That's awesome. Thank you, Justin.
No problem, we're gonna keep rolling.
Mhm.
It's so much better if you guys stop me and ask questions. Next one I'm gonna pull up is called, and anything else on the video generation, photos, any other questions there? Great. This next one is called Motion. This is an AI generated calendar.
I do have one question.
Yes,
Copyright.
I'm not going there. Right now, you can still do all this and they're not, the first lawsuit just came up. Can anything change over time, over history, just like real estate all did? Of course but as of now, you're free to use all this. The first lawsuit just came out. We'll see what shakes out of that. I don't usually talk a lot about legal ethics, things that are coming, because it's all so variable. This stuff changes by the minute. Heck, so feel free to ask, but I just don't usually dive in, because in a week, this might all be different. Motion, so this is an AI calendar. What this does and why I like it is let's say that you have a showing that runs over. It auto moves any task that you need to complete to your next available spot. And you can use this, it integrates in with like where people can click to schedule on your calendar. So you can build in all of your spots here. It will move your work that you need to do. You can run a playbook in here. So say every time you get a listing, you know that there's 32 steps you guys need to do. And it will auto fill those gaps and things that you need to do in hard deadlines on your calendar, and then move them as needed so that you don't miss anything. And this integrates, it can do tasks, you can do it with your team, you can do it with bookings. You can even transcribe notes and everything in here to tell it to do things in your calendar as you're moving. Any questions on this? Okay. Gemini, I give the teaser this, but I will show you this again. So this is.
What has you out of the seat, sir?
I am just here to let everyone know that California Greater Columbus is the best real estate brokerage in Central Ohio.
What has you out of
All of these are AI. So there's gonna be a little feedback until I turn this down by off, so bear with me.
weather?
I couldn't miss the Dublin area realtor meeting.
That's great.
This weather.
I couldn't miss the Dublin area realtor meeting.
So, and this is just the easiest style, but I could do this on anything. This is just my favorite one, because I think it's hilarious, and I think it looks so realistic.
Who is the Who is the best realtor team in Central Ohio?
Without a doubt, it's Brian Lane and his team.
So I've obviously done a lot of these, you can be back here. But Justin Phillips, shout outs, interviews, referrals, that's just the style I like, but really I can have it build a video on anything. I do that one because most people have seen Sam Cooper postings all over the place. And so now I can have it generate video with audio and sound, looks like an interview. And by the way, if your mother, sister, brother are watching this, how many of them would not know this was not a real interview? So keep that in mind.
So, a question.
Yes,
So this is Gemini, this isn't ChatGPT.
correct. This is Gemini. These things change weekly. I would argue that currently at this moment in time, that Gemini or VO3 are the best video generators. Next week I could be doing this class and I might be telling you it's ChatGPT again. It all changes rapidly, but again, just start using some of it, and pretty soon the rest of them catch up in a matter of weeks because they see what their competition's doing. This stuff is getting better weekly.
So I have another question. So if you go into ChatGPT, is Sora an option to take?
Sora comes with the $20 one.
Okay, and same with the Motion one?
Motion, and most of these run about $15-20 a month.
So that's on top of the 20 that.
It is, that one's separate.
Okay, and so like, is it a tab that in
You
chat?
can't, you pretty much you can cross integrate all of these if you want to. Go high levels the integrator program to like tie all this in together if you want. And I'm working on building that out for agents, that just takes a lot of time. Any other questions on this? Gemini also can pull all of your previous search history ever in Google. And so it can have a pretty strong base. So ChatGPT knows me because I've used it so much over time. And so, I mean, at a high level, I can ask ChatGPT, what are my shortcomings? What are problems with this task? Help me figure this out. And it knows me so well that it will base its answer on me and me personally. Gemini, if you guys are just starting using, might be a great one to start with because it already has a really good idea of who you are based on everything you've ever searched. Any other questions on this? Okay. This is Hagen. Hagen, if anyone does see, I said, someone said Andrew Robinson. If anyone's seen Andrew Robinson's videos, where it's a video of him talking and then there's a listing and it's doing the video through the listing. That is not Andrew Robinson talking in any of those videos. Andrew Robinson used Hagen to build out a digital avatar that sounds and looks like him because he trained it on the way that he speaks and moves and sounds. And so Andrew is able to he'll have a videographer do a video and put him over talking on it and put out content that looks like it's him giving an update, talking through the house, talking through the market. And all he had to do was type in what he wanted to put. This is happening in your market with agents today. You just don't typically know about it unless you came to this class. Any questions on this? If you can, I would go look at his videos. I don't know if I can pull up his Instagram from here, but they're pretty realistic. Most people would never have known. I wonder if I can pull
Who
it.
is that?
Hagen,
No, what was the guy's name? You said to look at it.
Andrew Robinson.
Do you know what the cost is on that? What is it?
Let me see. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it real quick. I'm able to show you that.
So that's something that Chat GPT doesn't do.
Correct. Yeah, look for pricing. Here, let's look. There's a free version or 3 videos a month or for $29 a month, unlimited videos. Again, most of these are 20, 30 bucks. Like I said, if I bought everything I show you, I might spend 150, 200 bucks a month. This next one, any other questions on that? Anyone find him?
I have a question.
Yes.
Why are you so cool?
Lies. See, he says that, but he doesn't even work with me. See how he is?
Stop it.
Alright, I'm gonna move on to the next one. Ready? This is called Thoughtly.
Good morning, and thank you for calling Goldman Real Estate. This is Tessa. How can I help you? The Brooklyn Brownstone site. It's located at 348 Jefferson Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, fireplace, and a private backyard garden. I can definitely help you with that. What's your name and email address? Great, let's get you a meeting scheduled.
So I'm gonna show you this one live. Oh, gotta mute it again. This is the number I have is a little dated, but this has gotten much better, but I'm still gonna let you hear it. It's Thoughtly. So essentially what it does there, by the way, in your marketplace right now, there's a team utilizing this to call through all of their old leads that they haven't talked to in 5-6 years that came in from Zillow or Realtor.com and is booking active appointments on their calendar right now without them doing anything, just from the push of a button. But we're gonna call someone, everyone be quiet if you can. I'm just gonna let you hear one.
Probably from Jeff, Tessa speaking on a recorded line. You're calling from Columbus, Ohio, is that correct?
Hey Tessa, yeah, that's correct.
Cool. A few years ago, I tried a burger at the Thurman Cafe and it was massive. Just thought I'd share. Anyway, how can I help you today?
Oh my gosh, you've been to Thurman's? I love their burgers.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't love a good burger, right? Anyway, if you ever find yourself talking to your plants like they're your best friend.
No, Tessa, but I love good chatting with you, but I really wanna learn more about like Thoughtly.
You know, if you could be any additional client, you'd rather be a toaster or a blender.
Alright, let's get through it. Let's get to business here, Tessa.
Get it. Want to know about Thoughtly? I can transfer you to my colleague John, our AI sales agent. He's the one with all the answers. Sound good?
So this is an older one. It's not as good as what it is now. I'm working on getting a newer number. But again, what I can tell you is how many people wouldn't know that we're talking to a person if they have no idea about AI that's out there. And I can tell you successfully, it is calling and booking appointments for another team in our marketplace. Yes.
If someone's search AI calls that AI, do they just start going at each other in gibberlink?
They will usually, or they'll figure out they're both AI and hang up.
What can we say?
Any questions on this? No? Alright, I'm gonna keep rolling, if not,
Well, you said thought, so is it, is it a service that you have to book through and then initially put in information of what you're trying to go for? or-
yeah, so this is one, this one takes a little bit more time, because it's gonna build out what you specifically need, but they'll do it all with you, for you. And so I could have it doing inbound calls, so say I'm doing this presentation, my phone rings and answers. Hey, this is Justin's assistant, Tessa, he's currently doing a training, because it can pull my calendar, in Easton. He looks like he has a gap after 1:30. Can I have him call you back when he's done? Perfect, is your number this? Great, and then it's gonna send me an update with what I need to do. You can do it outbound, like what the house team's doing, and they're having you call through their leads. And just book appointments for them in available gaps on their schedule live. Hey, you're still interested, we're still looking at home, what gave you up on the search? What if I can find you your dream house? We've got lower options and rates, you can train it on all of that. Just the same scripting you would use if you were doing cold calling. And then anything it doesn't know, it's gonna book you back to John and set up an appointment for you. Let's get you talking to him, I'm not the expert, I'm just the assistant, house 2 p.m. Friday. Alright, I'm gonna keep rolling. Anything else here? Next one is called Front Door. This is free for your first use, but it's free for your first use for anyone using it. So I would have all of your clients download this when they close, because what it does is it connects them with a live plumber, electrician, handyman, certified license at any hour. So instead of you getting that 11 p.m. call that my basement is flooding, what do I do? They can push a button and live connect to a plumber or repairman, and they can tell them specifically what to do. Questions on this?
That's been around for a while, right? And it's evolved into this.
It has.
So I remember we used it, Keller Williams endorsed it early on in a different format.
Yeah, so now they can click a button and they're talking to a plumber.
Cool.
Next one is called homeowner.ai. So what this one does is it updates all of your previous buyers on their home equity, the value, what's happening in the market, the insights, the neighborhood, their inventory. So they're getting an update with your name and face on it every single month for what's happening in their area. And you plug all of your previous buyers and sellers in here. And so they know what's going on, and they get an update from you, keeping you top of mind.
When you say, put them in there, can you do it through, like, load them, from a database, just put in a database?
You should be able, as long as you just format it correct, you should be able to upload all of them.
Okay.
The equity information, is it pulling that? I mean, do you have to provide that information, or does it go out and look for it?
It goes out and looks for it. It's pretty good. Kind of like what I showed you, we can run a CMA. It's specifically trained on how to find and pull this data.
Yeah.
Next is called Raise.
Excuse me.
Raise.
Excuse me.
Updates your clients every step of the way throughout the process of all of the real estate steps there are. So number of days, the showings, the milestones, what you've done, where you're at, what's next in the journey. So instead of every single day they text you, where are we at, what's going on, what are we waiting for, what's happening, it auto updates them from the app. So they can see, we're waiting on underwriting from the lender to get back to us, here's the next step for us. And they're getting updates automatically rather than have to reach out to you every single time they need something. And it also breaks down the value, here's the days, the number of showings, the miles you've driven, the expenses. And they can see every house they've seen in their rejected evaluating offers, trying to show the value that you provide as real estate agents. Any questions on raise?
Do you load in all those steps or does
I don't
they
use-
provide a checklist? And you
They already
click
have it
one?
built out.
Okay.
Wow.
They know, here's the steps you're gonna take, you can tweak it, but it's already built out
Yeah,
for you.
Look at that, James. Expenses and all that.
Alright, I'm gonna move on. This one's Gamma. So Gamma. Dayla, what's your next presentation you're gonna do on?
Tomorrow we're doing our all company meeting and we're doing a festival of cuisine to celebrate diversity through.
Food.
Food.
Festival of Cuisine, I'm gonna spell that, butcher that. CAU.
CUI.
CUISINE. Scene for.
So- That celebrate diversity through food.
Okay. Celebrating diversity through food.
Yes.
And then where's this located?
Our Westerville 380 Polaris Parkway,
It's at.
Westerville,
Polaris Parkway. Westerville, what time is it?
11 a.m. tomorrow.
11 a.m. to
1.
1. And then, what's the date for tomorrow? Just someone tell me.
The 26th of June.
June 26th. Okay, anything else noteworthy? Highlights?
Bring a dish that celebrates your heritage.
I was thinking George. That's how we celebrate. It's like you've been to the Western a lot.
Alright, so. Let's say I was gonna do a presentation on this for a realtor meeting and I wanted to invite everyone out. I wanted to have them build this whole presentation for me. There it goes.
Can I have this?
Justin, what was the name of this one again?
Gamma.
Yeah,
Dot app.
thank you.
GAMMA. And so I'm gonna let it finish, so I think it's pretty incredible.
It is.
There we go. I now have a full presentation on this. Rich culture makes community special. Here's the event overview. Why celebrate food? Columbus culture. Brings up Columbus popular festivals that are in existence. It did some research for us. Date and time. How to participate. Ideas. Celebrating, here's Columbus diversity and information on it.
That's cool.
There you go. So within a matter of seconds, I can build full presentations on anything I want to. By the way, I did, when I first tried this, I had to build out this one. I just plugged in the apps I was gonna be talking about, so I can send you guys this. I think I did send this to you. And it breaks down what all these apps can do, how they work, what their tools are, their referrals, their capabilities. I don't use this because I'd rather show you in person, but it built me out a whole training on it if I wanted to go old school. We built a funny one for Tom Connect, because he's an appraiser. So I can do this any style that I want to. By the way, Tom confirmed all this info was correct on the different ways to do appraisals. And he brought it down even charts for us.
Wow.
Someone said, well, Justin, yeah, that's great, but he can't figure out like the Columbus Realtors contract. It's not gonna know that data. So if you guys do see this one out there, it was built by AI. Any questions on this? How many hours did I just save you, Dayla?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Alright, this is called Go High Level. I'm not gonna spend too much time here, but Go High Level, I'm working on building this out for you. Go High Level is the key that can plug all of this stuff I'm showing you together. So I'm gonna, there's a couple more things I've got in here, but it can link all this in one place, build out a custom AI that can respond for you, text for you, answer your phone calls, book things to your calendar, answer questions, common questions on next steps, connect them to Raise, connect them to the plumber. It can pull all of this into one place. And again, I'm gonna ask you, and I know this might be a tough thing for you to hear, but is it really the highest and best use case of your time to respond to the buyer on the question that it's just the automated response that you give every single buyer? If they asking, hey, what do we need to do for next steps? You have scripts, I guarantee, built around these things that you're using already. And is it the highest best use case in your time to respond to those 10 texts or take that one call to get them booked on your schedule? Or could maybe you accomplish more things if this was freeing up that time for you? And do you need to be the personal person that answers that, or is your assistant, which is essentially AI, fine to do that?
Twofold question.
Yes.
First, has anybody sued an AI yet for violating TCPA compliance?
TCPA, you mean the the
Telephone
calls?
consumer.
Do not call list.
Yeah, there's been a lawsuit already for calling through, just doing AI calls in general. That's on the books right now to be changed. And could that go away? Absolutely, right now it is not.
Follow-up. Is there an AI model that can scrub a phone number list for TCPA stuff?
Any of the ones that do calling auto scrub for them, all of them do. Thoughtly does. They all auto scrub for that, but they're still getting sued because people don't like AI calls. So Go High Level, I'll give you more on this, more to come, because I'm working on literally building this out for you. It's just gonna take a lot of time and effort, but at some point I plan to be able to roll out a Realtor CRM at no cost to you guys. That will have all of this plug and play for you to go if you wanna use it. Cause you can white label this and I can just pay the fee monthly and then have as many people utilizing it as I want to. Next is called Banks.io. Anyone heard of this or use this? So Banks.io,
What was that last one called again that you're building?
Go High Level. Banks.io is postcards automating with AI. I'm not gonna play the video, I just want to show you. You can send these for 73 cents a pop. By the way, anyone here live in Upper Arlington or Victorian Village area? So you've probably gotten postcards from Casey Wright or Zach King or for Joe Speakman. Joe has had over a 50% open or scan rate because with the AI, you can literally send people a postcard with a photo of their house on it and what looks like a fully handwritten note. And it can even make spelling mistakes or have you cross something out. And so it looks fully handwritten with a photo of their address on it. And the click rate has been above 50% because when people see their name and a photo of their house on it, the odds of them doing something with that go through the roof. Why I like this though is from the push of a button, it can write handwritten notes. But here's what I really love about it. that have a high open rate and scan rate to bring them to your website, but it pools the data. So you can search by nearest neighbors, absent, oh, you guys can't see, the screen isn't good. I'm gonna read them off for you, but I'm gonna just tell you what the different things they can search by. Likely to move, that's that 80% list, that's where it's pulling the metadata. Likely to downsize, likely to refi. Home free and clear, possibly underwater, kids in the household, home has a pool, potential first time home buyers, renters, high income earners, retiree, businesses, high net worth. And so you can send what looks like a handwritten postcard to your target client. Maybe you're searching for people that have a pool, because you've got a buyer looking for a pool in this area. And at 76 cents a pop, you're only gonna mail those people what looks like a handwritten note with their photo of their address on it. They are getting incredible results with these mailers. And the reason being is they're pulling the data, so they're not just mailing 600 in the whole neighborhood. They're targeting just the retirees or the high income earners, the likely to downsize, the likely to moves. So you get a lot more bang for your buck, and you can do all of this from the push of a button from your home without clicking one single envelope. Any questions on this? And Casey and Zach, by the way, did about $60 million in real estate, and almost all that was in the Upper Arlington area. Questions?
What is it called? Thanks.
Thanks, like thank you.
Yeah.
.io. And it'll tell you how well your ad did, click rates, open rates, scans. You can even tie in things like Starbucks gift cards if you want.
So this is by email or mail? I'm just a little bit
Mail,
confused.
like postcards.
You said postcard by mail.
Yep,
How can you see if they clicked or?
because in today's day and world, you want to put a QR code on any of that and have a
Oh,
call.
I see.
That's how you're gonna get their info, get to see if they're responding, see if they're interested. So through the
Okay.
QR code. Any other questions? She's my favorite, she's not even here. Alright,
I was in Dublin Association meeting when you presented this. This is awesome. Hearing it the second time.
She was the one fighting the rain to make sure she didn't miss the double.
that was it, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna move on from this. I think you guys probably got a good understanding. How am I doing? Am I doing okay on time? How am I doing?
Good.
Good.
Is there a subscription fee for thanks.io or is it only pay as you mail stuff?
I believe there is a subscription fee, but it's not much. And again, I would wager if you're doing mailers already, it cost saves you because of the targeting. But if reach out to Joe Sweetman, he can get you, I think, a lower cost one, because he'll get like a little referral. Anyone needs his contact, I'll give it to you. This is just another AI video generator. I think we've seen a lot of that. I'm not gonna pull up this one too. Maybe I'll do one I show you. Zach from Rick Cray, he's doing events, big summer bash. He's gonna have a hot air balloon and animal photo shoot. And so I had it build out this video for that.
That's hilarious.
Canva's arguably your best one for flyers. I was sitting at the Dublin meeting when I did this last training. Kristen Collins is doing a CE with Carol Summer for new construction. And I literally just in 5 seconds had it build me out a flyer for their CE while I was sitting in that room for them. I think Canva does the best marketing flyers the fastest. And you could use ChatGPT for this, you could use Gamma, you could use all these. Usually one of them is better than the other at something. Canva, I would say, probably builds you out the best marketing flyers.
And if you haven't heard or watched my emails or been to our meetings, Keller Williams have a partnership with Canva, only broker there is with that, and it comes out Q3. It's gonna be Keller Williams specific, and it will be at no charge to you to have that Canva.
So if we have our own Canva, it'd be separate, or could we?
Your own Canva account will slide into it, and
Okay.
you won't be charged for it anymore.
Okay,
Yeah.
that was the question.
I do have one thing to add to that, just 1 second, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I learned yesterday that if you have a lot of templates that you're using in Canva, they could potentially go away, so you should be saving those in a PDF format. Not in flat PDF format.
Any other questions here? Next one's called Move Concierge. From the click of a button, you can have your buyers set up. This one is free, completely free. All of their utilities, as long as they put in their information, it will go call, schedule, and do it for them with AI. And so for the click of a button, they can schedule and have all of their utilities done and transferred over for them. I feel like that's pretty straightforward. Any questions on this? Opus Clips. So obviously it's becoming more and more prevalent for agents to do video and content, stay top line, get out there. But that's very hard to do. You need a videographer, you need an editor, you need someone to put in the caption and make it look good. You may not want to spend all that money. So for Opus Pro, again, you're talking like a $20 fee. You can upload any video in here and it can frame it, add in templates, set up different styles like an interview for you, caption it for you. Your videographer can go away because from this can auto do everything for you, just like they're rolling right now without paying anyone. And you can put any video in this app and set it up based on however you want. Questions? Wix. So this, I can have an AI build out a website for me. And then from the click of a button, it can even put in live links. I did one for the Columbus House Team. I was doing this training for them. And I could literally purchase houseteamcolumbus.com right now and it would build this website for me.
On the Opus clip one, I noticed that it cut from the two guys being interviewed to something else in the background. Is that something that you have to put in or with AI find it
AI
out?
put in those, it's already got access to those, it puts it all in for you. In fact, if you see a lot of porn visuals or other content, they're using those same clips anyways. This kind of stuff right here, hold on, wait till it comes back up so you can see it. This is what he's talking about. So it puts in those tertiary clips based on what you're talking about automatically. All right, and so again, imagine I can solve any problem, do CMAs, pull reports, pull comps, change the photo color of things, change what I need, find out about listing agreements or my buyers or data search them or the best mac and cheese recipe for dinner based on what's in my cupboard. I'm having motion move my schedule as I go. I've got my Thoughtly answering, taking calls, answering people for me while I'm sitting here. I'm putting out videos and content for marketing and campaigns. I've got HeyGen putting in videos and doing content for listings and things that I have coming up that I never had to go shoot. I've got homeowner AI talking to my buyers, helping them with their plumbing problems instead of calling me. I've got this giving updates to all my previous clients and past buyers on what's going on in the market, their marketplace. My current buyers that I'm working with are getting updates from me daily, what's going on, everything that I'm doing. I can build out presentations, designs, campaigns for it. I can send out thousands of mailers from the click of a button. The question I want you to think about is imagine an agent is using these and you are not. How much of a time advantage do I have over you? And so my goal is to get you two things. One, at least start using AI instead of Google to get better tailored results and get more comfortable with these. And two, to buy you more time to get in front of more people to win more business and relationships with the highest and best use case of your time. So I don't expect you to go pick up all these at once. I would tell you to pick the one or two you're comfortable with and kind of expand as you go. But I want you to think about the agent that is using these tools and you are not, strictly from the perspective of how much of a time advantage they have over you. That's my training. If we can, I would love it for marketing. I could AI do it, guys, but if we could, can we take a snag a photo with me so I can blast out? Yeah. I was here.
Yeah, the lights back on.
Yeah, yes, please. Any other good final thoughts, questions? Is this helpful?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys awake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to snag a photo somewhere? Is there a good spot?
For now?
Can we snag a photo all together?
Yeah. Oh, I thought you
Right
were
on
just
the-
gonna do one of these.
Do the wall,
The wall.
yeah, or this one,
You get the side.
so over here.
How about you got already here?
See, it's you. Someone gonna snag this? You gonna be second if you like it?
Yeah, digital shots.
Yeah, what?
We'll let AI.
No, we're just gonna do a big photo.
And he's gonna AI generate it. so-
Yeah, I'll make,
Okay.
right, I'll turn that hair back dark for you, buddy, I got you.
Don't go back, even AI.
Will somebody snag it? You got it, you wanna be in it? Selfie, yes. You wanna scoot in? Crunch in here? Come on, over here.
You guys are definitely have to squeeze it in
Come on,
like
come on there.
together. It's
Yeah.
just like a layer it on.
Yeah, up on a little more, scoot up a little bit. You guys come over, come on over,
James, can you get just a little closer?
there you go,
Like this.
right here, yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Sorry. Oh, got us all.
Try not to breathe the wind, but-
You can do a selfie one, alright,
Really bad at
you
something.
got this.
We see you all along.
There we go.
hurry.
Here's locked up. How you liking it? Everything so far?
I mean, honestly, I'm
Still.
No way I'm gonna do all those things, but I've got two saved.
Oh, by the way, I am a builder, I do not sell AI, I do work at DR Horton. If you can keep me in mind for your people for building, that's why I do all this.
It's amazing. Anybody that doesn't know him, it's amazing.
What's your latest promotion? Tell us that.
Latest promotion,
No.
I mean, 4.5% 30-year fixed rates, 10K per closing costs. I can, in a tax abated neighborhood, I can get a 280 buyer in. With no closing costs, no bidding war, no appraisal gap.
What's the new tax abated one?
Now Winchester,
Yeah, the one.
right near, it's right next to World Harvest Church, I can get buyers in there at $2,200 a month.
I thought that was sold out.
No, that was just the first houses.
Oh.
So we just started it. There's gonna be 600 homes there. We just started our first ones.
Which I think Berkeley or something.
Yeah, it's right over there, Lansdowne Farms. But I got 270 homes all across central Ohio, all the way up from Delaware out to Bell Fountain, south to Circleville and east to Newark, and then tons of places in between. Cool.
Thank you so
Hey,
much.
I feel like working with Jack, that Jack guy.
It's all right.
Working with that Jack guy.
I'll let you know. Yeah, tell me. It's
like the way to come back. It's like,
I was a.
Yeah.
Trying to bring it in.
Yeah.
So his girl started conversation was.
We gave me this card well for.
Ex-husband's condo, and then she's out to dinner at one time.
Alright, go ahead.
Well,
Sorry.
I did, she goes, well, I gotta know, like, we're gonna be buying that. I said, well, he's right here. I go, not that. Jack goes.
What's funny, I've got other, some of those things are really big. Oh, man.
Yeah, well, you know, yeah, they were, and it was, they did the trip to New Zealand, so, got that, yeah, with Theo. They got put out. Yeah, do you know if you can talk about it?
I think so, New Zealand, well, if I wanted to go to That's not crazy.
But it'd have to be something we have to do, it's like, Italy, if you do it, you gotta do more than a certain amount of days.
Me too.
But it wasn't for us, like, we did Italy, we did, you work directly in Rome, and it's not bad. And if you fly in the morning, and you can just power through the day.
Yeah, stay
It will
away.
kind of fall into the schedule. And then on the way back, you'll kind of.
Good for you get it tonight, but we just got back, from Peru.
Oh, yeah.
And what's really crazy is like, it feels so far away, it's like the other side of the world, and you're on the Pacific coast.
Yeah.
But the flight from Atlanta, it's only 6.5 hours.
And at the same time, it's.
That's what I was like, this is, now, it's the same time zone, but the opposite. So it's winter,
That's
but
what's weird,
winter is like our fall, it's not cold.
like the same thing, we're trying to figure out if we're in, like.
Yeah.
They call it shoulder season, the last time we went, shoulder season, it's like in between the two. Yeah, plane next, I got a plane next year.
Yes.
Yes, you do.
So now we're in the next one. In the next one.
Good.
So, we gotta figure out the next one.
Yeah, I can take a look.
Well, we might be going to Paris because our friends from New Orleans, their son, Mark, is there through the end of the year.
We've done that, Mark, you didn't say.
There's actually a long,
Alright, you got me now.
there's a long.
So now, yeah.
A business class that flies from Newark, which is Paris. I think round trip is like $20,000. I mean, it's.
Five